Hey guys, Widgety Bear here. So really commonly, I will be asked what my general living situation is like, who I live with, what my apartment looks like, what my setup looks like, that sort of thing. And I wanted to put together a quick video showing you guys my living situation, and as well showing you guys the setup I have for streaming. Just show you what it's like to live where I live. So let's go ahead and get that going. Alright, we can start here with the entrance to the basement here. I do live in the basement of my parents' house, and I'm very happy with that setup. Above this floor, there are 2 more floors. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, a kitchen, plenty of space for the rest of my family to live. And that's just my mother, my brother, and my father. So not a lot of people occupying quite a bit of space. But right here is the entrance that connects my little bottom floor to the rest of the house. This is the only point that connects the floor to the house, and we generally keep it shut because of my kitty. We have 2 kitties in this house, little Widgety kitty who hangs out down here with me, and another older kitty upstairs. The older kitty does not like Widgety kitty, and whenever these doors are open, Widgety kitty will run upstairs and troll the older kitty until the older kitty starts trying to kill him. So we have to keep these doors shut in order to keep those cats separated. But this is the entrance to the basement. Let's go ahead and take a couple steps that way, pivot. Alright guys, this is the entrance hall. On the right, we've got the living room and kitchen. On the left, we've got a bathroom and a family room. We'll get to all that in just a minute. Let's start over here with the living room and the kitchen. You can start on the right with the living room. Just a bunch of chairs. Nothing very fancy. Standard living room material. We've got a few chairs set up, because my friends were recently playing Smash on N64. So chairs, I could put them away, but fuck that. Right here we've got a computer. This is my dad's computer that he uses very infrequently for bills and stuff. Mostly we just use it to connect HDMI to big screen TV over here and to watch movies, television, that sort of thing. This is the TV. It's nice and almost never used. I just don't find the need to use it. I'm generally on my computer if I'm watching media or whatever, but it's kind of a cool setup and it's here if I need it, which is nice. Good when friends are over, that sort of thing. We've got a console that I never use. It is my brother's, I swear, and that's a bunch of assorted shit that I do not care about. Let's see. As well, you'll notice lining the wall of this room is a big set of desks. I built these when I was in high school because I used to have a lot of LAN parties. I used to have friends over really frequently. We'd like to play games until the middle of the night, see how stinky we could make this room with a bunch of sweating 17-year-olds. That sounded unnecessarily provocative. But anyway, you'll see that there's little stations for everyone to set up a computer. It's just enough room to set up a PC and have your own little gaming slot. So we used to fill this room up and play a lot of games. It was a lot of fun, actually. Doesn't really get put to use anymore, but it's too much work to take them down, so fuck them. We've got a bunch of hanging tables. Over here on the right, we have the beautiful Kitty Castle that was donated by Mr. Kotanuki. This is one of Kitty's favorite toys, no doubt. He spends a lot of time playing on this thing. The only thing he seems to like more in this house is a generic cardboard box, because he's a stupid fucking kitty. Yeah, so that's the living room. Chairs, sofa, flying desks, fancy shit. This is my brother's computer. He doesn't do a lot of gaming, but he does have a fairly okay setup here. This computer can handle just about any game. And yeah, he comes down here when he wants to do gaming. This is the kitchen. On the right side, we've got a connection to, well, you can't see it because it is way too dark, but that is a backyard, temporarily a mirror. This is Kitty's shit factory. He poops a lot. That bag is entirely full of kitty shit. I'm waiting till it's too heavy to move before I throw it away. This is Kitty's food. Trash and recycling. Standard kitchen shit. We've got a espresso machine. That's where I cook my coffee. Much, 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 much cheaper than Starbucks, even though it was like $600. Definitely a good investment. I'm very happy to have it. We have a crock pot. This is where I cook all of my food. It is currently working on chicken stew. That should be done tomorrow. That's my lunch, generally speaking. Those are drying dishes. Exciting. Cabinets and shit. Over here we've got a microwave, which is also a little bit of a mirror. That's nice. And below it is a stove. This is my fridge. That's my kitty. Hey, kitty! Hey, kitty! Hey, kitty, I'm getting your attention, man. Hey, kitty, pay attention to me. Hey, kitty. Oh my god, that was impressive. Kitty, you never listen. Anyway, this is my fridge. It's usually pretty sparse. I generally have a Groundhog Day when it comes to food. I do coffee and eggs in the morning. You can see the eggs on the bottom shelf. Coffee's right there on the right, along with some mixers for the coffee, eggnog, and this almond breeze stuff. Iced coffee. Fantastic. Mix that with espresso, and it's delicious. Anyway, back to the fridge. Coffee and eggs. Then for lunch, I'll have stew, which is stewing in the crock pot on the right. And for dinner, I'll have beans, rice, and chicken, which you can see on the middle section there. And I just make those in mass and freeze them so that I don't have to cook because I am too lazy to do that. Yeah, down there we've got some fresh fruits and vegetables. I like to just munch on those occasionally. And yeah, that's my fridge. Pretty sparse, but enough to give me 3 meals a day. And like I said, I do just live a Groundhog Day, so I really don't feel the need to mix it up with too much stuff. I'm happy with my diet. That is a printer. I never use it. Okay. That is a giant map. Okay. Alright, let's head towards my setup. Make a quick detour at my bathroom. It's a pretty standard bathroom. It's got lights and mirrors. That is a sink and some toothpaste and stuff. There's a toilet over there, a plunger too, and a lot of toilet paper. The plunger and toilet paper because I'm just full of shit. We've got a tub, which also functions as a shower. Very fancy, but standard bathroom. Nothing too exciting. And then here's the most exciting part, I can only assume. This is my setup. This is my bedroom / setup, where I do all my gaming, all my streaming, and my sleeping. And generally this is where I come to have a good cry when I'm feeling sad and alone. Right here is the computer. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the way this is set up, I have 2 computers that are all controlled just via this chair right here. This is where it's all done. So on the bottom, with the bottom 2 monitors, we've got the gaming PC. That's where I do all of my gaming, and that's generally got the right monitor filled up with Battlefield and the left monitor filled up with Twitch chat and maybe like Battlelog. The top left monitor is my streaming PC. That's where I set up the stream, and I just monitor that occasionally to see how many viewers we're at, make sure the stream hasn't died, that sort of thing. Don't really use that monitor much. As well, we've got a nice big set of lights behind everything just to make my face super shiny. This is our big fancy microphone. Catches my voice pretty nicely. It also does a great job of picking up the loud whirring noises that come from my computer. We've got a couple of mice here, gaming keyboard. This is the gaming keyboard, gaming mice. This is my streaming PC's mouse. That is a cowbell, which I like to shake when I get a subscriber. Those are cashews. Right here, we have a wireless charger for my cell phone, which is convenient. I just throw it down there whenever I'm streaming, and I never have to plug it in. This is the keyboard for my streaming PC. I do need 2 keyboards to control both of the computers. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chair as well. This is worthy of some attention. So this was primarily donated by Mr. B. Excito. He gave something like 500 of the 600 we have to raise to buy this chair. But this is a Herman Miller Aeron, and it is fantastic. I love it. It's super comfortable. I sit in it all day and don't get uncomfortable. It also seems like it's made out of material that's going to last a while. So hopefully it doesn't go to the graveyard of desk chairs that I have out in my living room. This is my gaming PC. Very fancy. We can take a look inside of it, since people always like to do that. Alright guys, inside we have a ton of wires and a graphics card and a power supply. I don't know what else you would expect to see inside of a computer. Just computer parts. That is a solid state drive that's just dangling, just hanging out, not secured in any way. Doesn't need to be, it's cool. It's just doing its thing. Try and put this back together with one hand. You guys can enjoy that wall for a second. God damn it. Come on. Incompetent. Alright. Right here, this is the streaming PC. This guy is a beast. This is like a $7,000 computer, something ridiculous, but this is what gives us 1080p quality at 60 frames a second. Super awesome. Actually, most of the money for this was pretty much raised through one dude. That's Mr. Kale. He gave thousands of dollars when I was trying to put this together, and he ended up paying for like over half of this. So thank you to Kale for helping me make this happen. But this guy is a beast. It's got two Xeon 2690s in it, I think. So that's like, I don't know, 16 cores at 3 gigahertz each or something silly. You can see that we've got those two processors right there. They are both water-cooled. We've got one water-cooling fan here. The other one is spilling out the side of the computer, and that's why I can't put the lid on it right. It's just got too much shit inside of it. Let's see, what else? We've got a mediocre graphics card because it's not even utilized when we're streaming. We've got a $1,500 capture card, which looks like any other chip. Just nothing fancy there. And we've got a couple of hard drives, one for running the OS, and one that accumulates everything I ever do on Twitch. Anything that I do is recorded, put on that hard drive so I can access it later if I want to. Theoretically, if I would ever make videos and stuff. Throw that back on. So yeah, guys, that's the basic setup here we've got. That is my bed. This is Kitty's box. Kitty loves his box. He loves this more than he loves anything else in the world, I'm sure of it. He spends the majority of his day hanging out in this thing, just daydreaming. So that's his box. That's where he chills. Oh yeah, and I didn't say anything about my green screen either. This is a green screen. This is what causes me to have no backdrop when I'm streaming. I lower the green screen all the way so that I can chroma key out the background. You guys can't see it. It just gets me. And then when I'm not streaming, I throw the green screen up over the top bar so that it gets out of my way and I can have the rest of my room. On the back wall, you'll notice that we have a nice big sheet covering the windows. That is to not let any light in, not only because I'm afraid of light, but because if we do let light in, then it ends up ruining the green screen effect and you guys get a bunch of weird stuff that you see behind me and everyone complains. So I've covered it up with the sheet, pretty easy fix, just some tacks holding that on, and that ends up making the green screen work correctly. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much the whole setup I've got going here. I've got a nice bedroom with my computer set up in it, nice living room, kitchen, bathroom. It's all pretty solid. And I definitely do appreciate my parents supporting me through this. I definitely couldn't stream if it wasn't for the fact that I don't have to pay for rent and utilities. That's really saving me at this point. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that they're willing to host me, and I'm perfectly comfortable. This feels nicer than the last apartment I was in. It's a little bigger than the last apartment I was in. And the location's nice too, being near my friends. So I'm happy to be here. I hope this answers any questions you guys have about my general living situation or my setup. And yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in comments and maybe I will read them someday, maybe.